And I cannot wait to share this story because this right here is proof that you are never too young to make a difference. Joining us in studio, it is the teenager who founded Scoops for Troops. This is Michael Ahern. Michael, it is such an honor to be in your presence this morning. Thank you for coming to New Day Cleveland today.
Thank you for having me.
So your story is so appropriate, especially for this special Veterans Day show. You started a local organization called Scoops for Troops back in your hometown, and this was something that was an idea that just so happened to come to mind on the 4th of July. Can you tell us a little bit about this story and how it all came about?
Yeah, so when I was at my vacation house in Maine, we were going to a 4th of July parade, and my parents told me, you know what, Michael, there's going to be some veterans there that they might not be what you're expecting. You know, as a 8-year-old, you're expecting these tall,
Sure.
Strong dudes, but these guys had arms and legs missing, and they were trying to protect me. They were trying to make sure I didn't react in a way that I shouldn't have. But instead of being scared or frightened, I said, Mom, Dad, can I go over and say thank you to them? So that's why I met Adam Keyes. He was a true gentleman, and he really sparked my interest in giving back.
So as an 8-year-old, you see this veteran, maybe not initially what you had pictured. You decide to go up to him and you learn more about his story. You learn about the Travis Mills Foundation. What was it then that made you say, Mom, Dad, your sister who also got involved, I want to do more, I can make an impact?
Yeah, so when I found out there's kids also staying at the healing retreat, I was like, Mom, Dad, they need to have the same great experience of Maine that I do. So my first goal was to raise $400 so the kids could go out onto a pontoon boat and go get ice cream.
So how were you raising the money in the early stages?
Yeah, so in the early stages, the first $400, it was just through my family.
Okay.
So that was in place of birthday gifts,
Yeah.
it was donations.
So at 8 years old, 9 years old, you're saying, forget about me. I want this money to go directly to the veterans.
Correct.
Wow, and I don't want to brag, but I do want to brag for you. You started off raising $400. How much have you raised since you started this?
I've raised over $200,000.
Over $200,000. That is simply incredible. And you are, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
I'm 15 years old.
You are 15 years old. So this is something through the support of your family, through the support of your community. And I see too, again, you are located in Connecticut.
Correct.
But you have all sorts of different events that take place throughout the year. And I'm sure that there are people that are watching now saying, well, I can't make it out to Connecticut, but I want to get involved. And there are ways for people who are watching to get involved too, aren't there?
Yeah, certainly. So we have a $6 a month campaign, which is one of the best ways you could give back if you can't make it out in person.
So one of the things that I learned about, and I didn't realize this, even though I do have veterans in my family, I got your 6.
Correct.
That carries significant meaning for people in the military.
Yep.
Can you explain that for people that
it's
maybe
not
don't
just
know?
a numerical value, it's the significance on a clock. So when you say I got your 6, usually in military terms that means I have your back.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just saying we have your back.
I know that Travis Mills can probably hear you right now. You've had the pleasure of meeting him along with some other veterans. What do you want him to know? What is the main reason that you are doing this? Because it's clearly not for you.
Travis's attitude is just something that cannot be matched.
Yeah.
I mean, you see this guy, no arms, no legs. He gets up, he puts his arms on, and then puts a smile on his face. It's just truly remarkable. And then sometimes it makes you think like, oh, I have a headache.
Right.
It ain't so bad,
It's not that bad. It could be much worse. And you mentioned the fact that Travis is this shining example of some of the many veterans that have served our country, but he is just one example of many that are out there. So you are doing so many wonderful things. Really quickly, do you have any plans for the future? Do you plan to maybe join the military at some point? Do you want to continue this organization? What are your goals?
Yeah, so military is definitely not out of the question, but I know for certain that I want to continue scoopsfortroops.org, and I want to raise $500,000 before I go to college.
Well, you're going to do it. Thank you so much, Michael Ahern, scoopsfortroops.org. If you want to get involved, you are a wonderful young man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.